Well, good afternoon again. Day's Thursday. It's a nice day out there. I just want to say that I put on some photos yesterday, and one was then the Roseworthy dip, where we worked in 1983. One of my friends called Phil got back to me the last couple of days, and he was just talking about how we used to, because we worked so many hours, we worked a minimum 12-hour day, 7 till 7. We were just like brothers, and we spent more time with each other than we did with our families. What an incredible! And we got together. We worked hard, and we used to say when somebody had a birthday that we knew about, we'd go out and buy a cake, and dinner times we'd have a bit of cake, and a bit sing song and all. But everybody banded together, and of course now after 37 years. We're in contact again. It's absolutely marvellous. But I think what's going on today anyhow with what people are doing in the community, well, as you say with the nurses and the doctors, but also in the community, everybody's pulling together. And hopefully after this, and we can hear all the birds, and it's a different world. But I think it's a better world. It'll be, after all this is over, it's going to be all right. So I'm going to read this one for him today. This one's called The Starched Amazon. Oh, I ache, man. I can hardly tell you now for grizzling. 'Twas for 8 this morning, see, and I heard this noise below. I thought 'twas my ma or one of my grandchildren, though I wasn't expecting no one. And then I heard the strangest sound, like a linnet 'twas, all shrill and high. Mr. Tonkin, are you awake, dear? It's Nurse Titty. I'm here for Nurse Barnacle. She's at a fall, poor soul. Will I come straight up? And then I hear these feet tanking up the stairs. Hey, like a infantryman. Thought she'd be going for the planchon any time. Well, when the doors opened, 'twas like a vision, a starched Amazon. And then, without no invitation, she starts bustling. I'll straighten your covers and draw your curtains, Mr. Duncan. Fresh air to aid the circulation. Am I right, Mr. Tonkin? And she turns and looks over her glasses at me. Oh, I must have looked like a cornered ferret. Hair like a furze bush. Oh, it makes me ache now to think of 'em. And then she reaches into this bag, takes out some books and starts reading. Tonkin. Arthur John Samuel. Bed bath twice weekly. You don't mind if I call you Arthur, do you, Mr. Tonkin? Well, I was struck dumb, as you can imagine, and I think she took that as a no, 'cause she carries on with Mr. Tonkin this and Mr. Tonkin that, and where does it hurt, Mr. Tonkin? And tell me if you're uncomfortable, Mr. Tonkin. And then as quick as you like, she's on me, pulling back the bedclothes and dragging off my nightshirt. Well, I can't pretend I didn't need a bath. You know me. Never was one for all that, and for a second I felt a bit of embarrassment. But then she started soaping up, and I forgot all about him. Now, she wasn't no ever gardener or nothing, but hell, I aren't going to start get particular at my time of life, so I just lay back and took him. Imagine it, man. 1 minute, you're sleeping like a babby, and the next an angel in an apron is smothering her hands all over ye. I aren't religious, as you well know, so I know I wasn't in heaven, and I thank God for that. Else I'd have missing. Well, she was prodding and pummeling and stroking me from my toes to my nose, and all the while paying me little compliments, all concerned like about my welfare. Arthritis is a terrible cross to bear, Mr. Tonkin, and you must miss Miss Tonkin terribly. Then, with a final sluice down and a flanneling behind the ears, she was gone quick as she came. Well, I lay there a minute contemplating my good fortune and wondering what other delights the day had to offer, when it all of a sudden struck me that during all that time, all that care and coddling, sloshing and washing, I hadn't uttered a single word to the dear woman. Well, I can tell you, I was up out of that bed quicker than you could say knife, and over to the window. Nurse, I cried, nurse, wait. Here, nurse, I'm calling after her, trying to keep from cracking up. I just wanted to say thank you. She did look a little taken aback. Oh, that's quite all right, Mr. Tonkin. All part of the service, you know, says she. And then she's off again. Oh, there's just one thing I'm calling after her. Yes, says she, yes. What is it, Mr. Tonkin? Well, you see, I aren't Mr. Tonkin. He's the miserable old bugger that lives next door. Now, I thought today, because it's Thursday and it's dustbin day, I know I've read this one again, but just hoping to bring a bit of smile to what some people have not heard this. This one's called Wheels Within Wheels by David Prowse. Since Jan acquired his wheelie bin, he's like a different man. It's opened up new avenues the council never planned. He guards it like a jewel, and when I question why, he gave his explanation with a twinkle in his eye. It don't have come in handy, his face was wreathed in smiles. You don't put in no petrol, but he'll push along for miles. I take mine down to Tesco's and fill 'em once a week. And when they hear me coming, they play their hide and seek. As I trundle down the gangways, I put them all to flight. By the time I reach the checkout, there's no one else in sight. While others jam the car parks, we're sitting down to tea, 'cause we're home again in minutes, my wheelie bin and me. 'Tis truly multi-purpose, as Enra's wife can tell. Poor soul, she tumbled over and hollered when she fell. So I popped her in the wheelie bin and hammered up the lane. She was in and out of casualty before she felt the pain. And down the roller rink, you know they handle like a dream. The boys and me have started up our own formation team. You'll have to see our pally glide, it proves that we're the best, as we crisscross in the middle, 3 wheelie bins abreast. Then we tried it out with football to our goalie Jack. He was never one for leaping round or diving on his back. But once inside this wheelie bin, he was up and down the line, till the mud got round the axles and he let in 29. Well and good, I lectured, this catalogue of sin. But what about the use for which they're made your wheelie bin? We all amass our rubbish, so what transpires with yours? Oh, that's no problem, boy, said he. I put mine in next doors. Thank you.